Thank you. The action starts in seat 7. 80,000 to call. Raise. Raise to 180,000. Seat 8 folds.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have officially fixed the card issue, and we have a fresh table for you. My name is Jordan Bromley. As always, your commentator here at the APL. And I've got some good news. We didn't speak for long enough before. Amin Riazadi is still with me. How you doing, Amin? Welcome back.
Good to be back here.
I'm going to keep the conversation flowing immediately after this hand. David McAllister, who's had a ridiculous series so far. FT'd the opener, FT'd the mystery bounty or the survivor bounty, one of those two. And now he is running deep in the Jackstar yet again. Bowen Wang with 7s in the big blind for 17 bigs. Interesting decision.
That is a fantastic results out of a series.
Yeah.
Running deep in so many events. Obviously he's having a very good run, but also doing a very good job to just keep his flow going as well.
King 6 for Rainbow. No hearts, so David without that backdoor flush draw. But these king high boards are definitely ones that you want to reach out and still c-bet. Looks like that is what he'll do.
Yes.
Something like 175k is probably going to be perfect. Maybe he's going to go a touch more.
I think probably about 1/3 he would go, or even less sometimes.
Seat 7 bets 140,000.
Looks like he goes for 140, which is a touch below a third.
Yeah.
In these 7s, you feel like you have to call at least one, right?
Oh, for sure. Your hand is too good here to fold. You're always calling one.
Obviously, it's a little bit dicey given the 17 big blind stack to start the hand, but you kind of can't just let your opponent run you over.
Absolutely. It just makes it harder when the opener is from the gun.
Wait, he looks like he's firing in a check raise.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow, this is not what I had on my bingo card. Looks like a check raise up to around 400. Even more. 490k.
Oh, he's just snap folding. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
It would have been interesting because the king... I would have loved to see some. I would love to see David being kind of frisky there.
Some 3-bet shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, because on King 4/6, just Rainbow, that king should hit his range more than the big blind defender. But it's just that check raise. Just a lot of times, understandably, it's a defending kind of 3-bet, just protecting his a middle pair or some sort of a bad top pair.
Yep.
But you can
because on a board that dry, it's a very static board, not much is going to change. You wouldn't really expect a check raise like that from 4s or 6s, right?
Not at all, unless I don't know, unless you're check raising is King 6 suited or King 4 suited that you're representing, which you're which you wouldn't necessarily check raise in these spots because the board is so dry as well, which is all the reason as to why would he be check raising here. But that's fair. That's a good check raise. It got the work done.
So I'm just going to quickly make note. We recently had Chester Swords on the stream who had some very large arms, only to be matched by Paul Gibson there in seat 8. Look at the biceps on him.
Yeah, those are massive.
Over to Kaifei Su. Ace Jack suited is going to find a raise up to 160,000.
160,000. Seat 1 raises. 160.
Yeah, opening hijack.
Oh, Timon. There's a guy that I heard a fair bit about when I was on the break, spinning it up to 4 million, feeling very confident at the 50 big blind mark. The average stack in this tournament is hovering around 1.6 million. So Timon with 2.5x average right now, sitting very pretty.
Yeah, Timon is a battler. I've played with him more than a few times in different events, and he doesn't give up easily. So I wouldn't see him folding this hand at all. So it's either gonna go 3-bet or flat. Yeah.
Looks like he does put in a call, I think. Or
If I'm not
did he make
mistaken,
it 405?
Yeah, those are green chips, if I'm not mistaken.
So it looks like maybe larger.
Yeah. I think he's literally clicking.
Wow, he's clicked it to 240. So this is
Yeah.
a stone min click. What is this? Whoops. This is not something that I have seen before. Just going to quickly say, Tree Dude Jack saying, I had to work. What happened once it hits up in the Centurion? Dustin Zhang won after a deal was made. So 300k for Dustin, 245 for Dean, and then, excuse me, Dustin won a further 10k from the heads up. David with the Queen 4 and the big blinds obviously getting out of the way. Now, what do you do with Ace Jack facing this min click?
I mean, as cheesy as it looks, it actually puts you under the pressure, especially in such a huge spot. Ace Jack, especially Ace Jack suited, such a good hand that you're always peeling here. There's no need for you to go all in. You still have 15 bigs behind, which is still a lot at this point. You can just play post. It's not very favorable most of the times out of position, but I don't mind it. I don't know about this dunk lead though, but like, and gets a snap fold.
Wow. What a play there. The snap donk lead from Kaifei Su. Winning that hand straight away. Timon Prill still though. 3.805 million. Now, there were a couple of questions that we had just prior to you leaving that I wanted to check in on. Obviously,
Sure.
poker, big part of your life. But what do you do in your spare time? What are your hobbies? What do you get amongst? This isn't a dating show. I'm not fishing you out to future partners, but people want to know what you're getting up to.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should. Yeah, who knows? The dating game. Welcome. I'll get the theme tune going.
I'm joking. So I'm spend like most of my free time. Honestly, I'm spending a lot of time with my family. My family are based in Melbourne, and I'm spending a lot of time with them.
The action starts in
Whether it's just running errands, as simple as that, or spending quality times, I would say. Most of my times are spent with family, and I've got a niece who is like 3.5 now, nearly 4 years old.
Yep.
And any chance I get when I'm back in Melbourne, because I'm practically based there, I would just spend time with her. But also, whenever I get the chance, I exercise and I watch a lot of movies. And yeah, these sort of like hobbies, like mostly movies, I would say.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what genre of films are we watching? Because we haven't really spoken about this before because I didn't know, but I'm a massive movie fan.
You are?
I'm a bit of a
Okay.
film aficionado, I think is what I'd say.
Oh.
I graduated school and I initially got accepted on a scholarship to study movie directing or film directing in Melbourne.
Oh, I
but
love that.
Didn't eventuate. So film cinema has always kind of been something that's been there for me. I'm very passionate about it, but don't really get the chance to speak about it too much, of course.
Oh, wow. Believe it or not, I've been meaning to start studying in cinematography and eventually maybe become a director, because I used to, when in my in my teenage years, I was so into like plays and acting that I started doing Broadways and stuff like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
And
What are some of your favorite musicals?
well, mostly they were like
Oh, mostly
Persian musical
Okay, sure.
that we were doing, but also some part of it were like theaters
Yeah.
and just like acting theaters and stuff like that. So yeah, but here, unfortunately, I've never had the chance to actually put set a stone on that decision.
Yeah.
And start doing it. It's something that always been at the back of my mind. But yeah, in terms of genre, mostly drama. I like them. Some sci-fi, fantasy.
Yeah.
If it's made by Christopher Nolan, of course.
Of course, yeah. My favorite Nolan film is actually The Prestige. So,
I love that
Prestige.
movie. It's so good.
It's underrated. I must say.
I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Mo Potts says, name the movie quote, "You can do it." That one's from The Waterboy. Have you ever seen The Waterboy? Adam Sandler film.
The Waterboy.
Yeah, it's a comedy.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of comedy.
Yeah.
So But I will watch it if it's good.
One of my favorite films ever is a German film called Run Lola Run, where it has the premise that she needs to try and save her boyfriend from being killed by a mafioso. So she relives the same day over and over, trying to find a way to fix his gambling debt.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I think he'd really like it. Josh Yeoman's opening the fours, but to 210,000. A little bit more than what we're used to seeing here. Not quite a min raise, and Michael Busutil with a bit of a decision. Ace 10 suited in the big blind feels like at least a defend. Maybe he's thinking about something more.
Yeah, going like 2.8x, just... Yeah, it just feels a bit committed when you're opening that sizing.
Looks like the call is made, and a couple fours and a six.
And look at that.
It's not a bad flop for Josh, flopping quads.
I guess he knew it.
Sometimes you just have a deck read.
Yeah.
Is he going to set the trap and check this one back in position? Yes, he will.
Yeah.
Let's see if he gets caught out. The three of spades. Not changing anything.
I actually like to see him... Like, if Michael is not going to take a lead here, which is the case for some reason, because that... Yeah. So taking a lead is just very hard here with ace 10. The opponent is always like checking down his showdown values, which are just mostly like better than just an ace high, or in worst case scenario, it's just like... Yeah.
Sometimes maybe hands like deuces, which now rivers are set.
Yeah.
Obviously, the ace highs that are checking back are going to be better than ace 10. I don't think he's going to be checking back a hand like ace 7 or ace 8 offsuit.
Ace 7 or ace 8. I think he would have bet those at least, like going 1/3 or something. But there are times that when you're getting trapped or the showdown value is good enough that he's just leaving you like a bet open on the turn.
Looks like Michael's going to try and accomplish a bluff here. We can see that it obviously is not going to work. Getting bet into when you have quads is...
I'm just interested to see how much is the sizing he's
It's like
going
around
for.
260.
That's 260,000.
Yeah, 260.
Yeah.
Goes roughly 1/3.
Yeah, 1/3.
And I don't really know what this is trying to accomplish. Are you trying to get a fold from ace jack, ace queen?
Ace jack, ace queen. I think a good player is still like calling you down here, or maybe even some cases even some cases
even
he
pulling a
raises,
Gary Lynn and putting you in the
Lynn
blender.
situation and put you in the blender. But yeah, I mean he's going for it. I don't mind it. It's just that I would have loved to see him like check the turn as well. With ace 10, he's got a very good hand on 4-4-6 that he doesn't need to necessarily turn it into a bluff against hijack open.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll see how it goes with this one.
And do you think Josh has anything to do here other than just go all in?
Makes it 550,000.
Looks like he's raised to 550.
Oh, he's literally All right. I mean, maybe he's trying to get a 3 to call him. Thinks,
or maybe a 7
or 6 or 7. Yeah, or even like a 4-liner.
And just a fold from the ace 10, obviously not going to be able to withstand any aggression. And fours get shown.
Yeah, like if you're having any like if you're putting your opponent in any sort of straights there, like you'll always be jamming that river. Because you always want to get called from all of those 7 hands.
Yep.
But yeah, perhaps he thought Josh was weaker than he was, and then he was just trying to get the max that he could.
So I need to ask you, because I've never really been exposed, or not exposed, that's not right. I've never really interacted with somebody who's moved from a foreign country and had to learn the language. Were you learning English prior to moving to Australia, or is it only something that you kind of learnt once you actually moved here, or?
Yeah, so most of my most of my English I owe it to movies.
Okay,
as we
right.
said before. Obviously, as everyone else, I had my classes and courses done through high school, like English courses done through high school. But those are just like the not very good ones.
Yeah.
Like not the quality of those courses are just like something that you just pass for a class.
Yeah, you kind of feel like you're obligated to do, but you don't feel like you learn too much.
Yeah, so I remember watching because back in the days when I was teenager, I remember I was watching a lot of movies, and then there was this time when I was in the midst of a movie, I always used to have Persian subtitle on,
Yeah.
right? And then there was a dialect set, and it wasn't matching with the
Right.
subtitle at all, and that actually tilted me to the point that it was like I promised to myself I'm never gonna have subtitle on ever again. Like,
Yeah.
and that was a good reason for me to just learn a better English.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I had some idea, like I had some English known prior coming to Australia, and then obviously living here has helped me a lot.
Yeah, awesome. Just picking the action back up, Hamish opening the king-queen suited from +1 as he snuck onto the table. I didn't see him get here. He's a very, very good Hold'em player, Hamish Crawshaw.
I agree, and I missed him having in my team. I had no idea he was coming over. Had I known, I would have definitely picked him in one of my top 2.
So that's for the fantasy draft, for those of you who are unaware. I mean, it has a team. The team is Jinxed, I believe it is.
It's called Jinx.
Yeah.
Yes. We like.
I have to, is it a League of Legends reference?
It is.
It is?
It
Okay.
is. It's not Braden Jinx reference
Yeah.
as he thought it was. It was. It was very funny when I picked this name for APO Fantasy game. He made a comment on one of Craig's posts that are like, "Are you trolling me or something?" Because me and Jinxie are really good friends, and I was like, "I wish I was, but
Yeah.
I'm not trolling you." It's a League of Legends reference, which is like if you watch Arcane, which is created based on League of Legends.
The lore from League of Legends,
the lore from League of Legends. But the main character is Jinx, and it's just like off of that.
Do you play League of Legends yourself?
I do, not as much anymore. I used to play a lot.
Did you know a fair bit about the lore and all the backgrounds? And
Some of it, not all of it. Yeah, some of it I knew. I knew about like Jinx, I knew about like Eco and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. So I apologize for everybody in the chat who's never played or watched Arcane or done anything, because it's about to get a little bit full on. I really want them to release an Arcane mainly for the Shadow Isles and the Void, because I feel like we could have stories with Cassidon's daughter, we could have stories of Thresh and Lucian and Senna, and we could have so many cool things.
Yes.
But they just haven't done it. Like they did the story for Arcane and they said they're not making any more.
Oh, my impression was that there was something coming through.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe I have that
Yes.
wrong.
Yes, I think there is something coming through. I doubt that it will like same characters will be involved.
Sure.
But yeah,
Because the story
I
of...
think it will be mostly be around Gangplank.
Oh,
in those
okay, right.
situations.
In oh, what's it called?
I forgot the name of the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gangplank and Twisted Fates
yes.
and Rumble and
yeah.
David Adkins with the King 10. Sorry, we're just we're having a moment here,
We are
guys. It's okay.
we're geeking out.
Geeking out a little bit. David's going to come along with the King 10. David Atkins dominated by Mr. McAllister. To a flop we go, and the 9-8-4 Rainbow doesn't connect with either player.
Yeah, so it's just an hijack opening for him.
It's actually a limp. It's actually a limp from
Oh,
the
is
hijack.
it?
It looks like a limp from the hijack, yeah.
Oh, okay.
David reaching.
Seat 7 bits 85,000.
So it's just very dependent how often your limp ranges are happening on the table, and how you can actually perform on them. One player that I would say is really balanced on his limp ranges is Josh McSweeney.
Yes.
He's very good with his limp ranges. I'm not sure how good David is in this case, but we'll see, I guess.
Looks like David Adkins has found the float on the flop. What is McAllister going to do to a turn card? Looks like he's firing again. And I think this is going to get the job done. Looks like he's reaching for 165,000, and in it goes.
Yeah, it's very hard for Atkins to continue here. It's just no backdoor,
Bet is
and he
165,000.
can't build king high here because he's always gonna face another bet on the river,
Yep.
unless like he's feeling some sort of way to just
Feeling spicy.
spicy, just turn his hand.
He
into a bluff,
seems-
which is really hard given that
It's a bit hot.
David has limp pre. We'll see.
Looks like David Adkins seems unconvinced. He hasn't folded his hand just yet, and he's kind of motioning back and forth to his chips, but he does eventually fold. Just quickly, Luke Palazzolo says they are supposedly making a different story based on LOL. And if it's Gangplank, Misfortune, and Twisted Fate, we're thinking about the Bilgewater.
Bilgewater.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
That's interesting. Why Jinx as a character? Did you play her before Arcane came out? or-
I'm not even an AD carry main.
Right, okay.
Right. No, I just really loved her character, but also I think it has a like good double meaning
Yeah.
behind it,
Yeah.
like as well, like within poker as well,
Yeah.
because it's been jinxed,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and it worked out the same the first time I actually went for it, which was in the APO, and I was lucky enough to have my team winning that
Oh, wow, okay, yeah.
event fantasy. So yeah, I picked the same name for this team as well, for this team again, and we are not doing so well this time so far. The yellow bucket hats are winning everything.
Of course they
Just-
are. They're just crushing it. We had Chris Petrie in here earlier, who's a member of the Yellow Bucket Hats. I asked him how he's gone this series. He said, I've come second in 2 tournaments. And I'm like, oh, what were they? And he goes, I can't remember.
I mean, standard, huh?
Yeah, it's so standard.
Thick profiles, some of your
So,
profiles.
not an AD carry main, top lane main?
Mid.
Mid? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, me too. Well, I've never been very good at the game. I'm hopeless at League of Legends, but I always enjoyed playing Oriana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oriana
okay.
was my go-to.
Your go-to.
Yeah, Oriana and
So you're a mage player mostly.
yeah, I would either play Oriana or I would play who was I playing bot that I was really into? Caitlyn.
Seat 7.
Oh, Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about the play style that I just really the very distance played style
Yeah.
of
so
Oriana
far-
very similar.
Far range.
Yeah.
Like kind of champions.
Yeah.
right.
Admittedly, I was never very good. I was so bad at League of Legends. Like I enjoy video games.
Yes.
Much more than I should, given how bad I am at them.
It's fine. The first and foremost reason that we play video games is just to have fun.
Yeah.
And take things off of our mind, right? If that's doing the job, it's all good. So back to the action, I think we've got a blind v blind situation. David Atkins limped to the blind against Hamish.
Yeah, it looks like a limped pot, blind v blind, 240k out there. Hamish happy just to check it back and see a flop in position. Not the favorite in this one. David has him in rough shape, but
What a-
wow. The Jack 9 Deuce board could have something to say about that. Hamish really does not want to make it queen.
Absolutely.
That would be disastrous.
This could be firework if a coin shows up on the turn. I would say Hamish is still more comfortable in this,
Is it 2 calls?
in this flop text share. Given that he's got open ender and he's got the position as well, and his opponent just limped pre.
Turn is the 4 of hearts. Backdoor flush draw. Neither of these guys are going to be worried too much about that.
Seat 2 checks.
Check from David. Maybe Hamish is going to fire again and try and get folds from some ace highs that limped.
I think Hamish got enough equity at the moment that he can check it behind most of the times, unless, I don't know what their,
Looks like he fires again.
it's just how they battle so far. They're blind be blind, and how what their frequency have been.
I think this is Hamish and David's first hand.
First
together.
hand, yeah,
I think
you're
they've
right.
just
He
been
just-
brought from separate
yeah.
tables. So
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I like the bet though. I mean, the size of the bet. I mean,
yeah, he goes for roughly half pot. David eyeing him off now. Probably feeling a little bit bullied in back-to-back pots against David McAllister and now Hamish. Those of you who don't know Hamish is a very, very accomplished player from New Zealand. Has had results all over the place, all over the world. and he's going to get the fold from the better hand this time immediately. Whisks the chips up. A couple of questions in the chat. Joshua Beatty asking, what is the best way to start playing poker for a new person to play? Any thoughts on that?
To start, if you're starting from the scratch, I would say like make sure that you know all the rules about the game, firstly and mostly. And I would recommend playing. There are a lot of play money apps. Firstly, I would definitely recommend playing on those to just get a grasp, an idea about how exactly it works and what is poker actually all about. But also, there are so many tools currently at your disposal if you want to try it, like whether you want to pay for it or whether like there's free stuff on YouTube or these type of streams that you can watch. I watched and watched and watched and improved my game so much. Yes, I've been playing for like it's been like 18 years now, so of course I've played thousands and thousands of hands, and so in those hands I've experimented so much, but also I've watched a lot. So you can only play maybe 1 or 2 hands per orbit yourself, but you can watch 9 hands being played every orbit, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would say, yeah, watching more and asking if you got like any poker friends around you, discussing your hands, and yeah, learning that way, I would say. And gradually, just if you wanted to start something, start small. Like there are so many pop tournaments, uh, even as small of like 25, 40 bucks.
Even lower. I've seen pub
Even-
tournaments for $5 and $10.
Oh, then that's great. Yeah.
David going to jam in the Queen 10 and take it down. Quick shout out to Jacinto AJ Alex asking, why is that ICM, in the money for 74 whilst the Centurion was 90 with less numbers? So the numbers that you see at the bottom of the screen, the payouts, is only for the players that are remaining. We didn't want to have the entire scroll wheel there for 152 payouts, which was the amount of players that were in the money. If there's only 72 players that are still in. So we decided to shorten that one, make it a little bit easier to digest. Liam Murray, a friend of both of ours, I believe, says, Armin has conquered the game. He can't get any better.
Yeah, Liam is just being too kind. I don't think that's the case. I don't think there is such a thing as mastering the game fully. I don't believe there is anyone in the whole world that can say like I've done it. I think it's the absolute thing that I love about poker is that it's a game that the learning opportunity never ends. So every hand, because there is so many infinite odds, because of the odds of the cards and odds of the players. Even two same players are not playing the same way on a certain day.
Yeah.
So I would say there is no chance. But thank you so much, DM. I appreciate it.
It's interesting what you mentioned about learning the game because if you learn Hold'em and you feel like you're comfortable at Hold'em, you can always just play a different variant. For example, PLO, which we were talking about earlier this week. You made the final table of the PLO High Roller.
Oh man, I was kind of wishing you wouldn't bring this one up. Yeah, and I punted my last hand. It was something. Yeah, I'm not very experienced in PLO, to be honest, because I've barely spent any time on it. And as I said before, I don't study. So whatever I know it from like playing the game, basically. With that situation on that final table, I only realized when I was taking the steps down of this stage that I might have just like punted and I could have like even folded pre. But the only reason that they went for it was because of the opener, which was this certain gentleman, which had a wider range than usual, even from the day before, prior to the final table. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but the Queen 7 for Timon, top and bottom pair here. Unluckily for him, though, Josh Yeomans doesn't have a single piece of this board. Timon's going to look up at the clock, still at an 80k big blind. Looks like he's going to reach for roughly half pot and betting 120,000.
Well, I would have loved for Josh to see some sort of a squeeze on his big blind. I mean, it is scary when someone with like 3.5 million is limping on your big blind, but 10-4 offsuited doesn't exactly work really well post, so you want to kind of like put a squeeze in, hoping that you would take the pot down pre. If not, you have some sort of post flop game with your squeeze pre. So it's all good. Still, Demon bets with his topper and take it down.
So it's interesting that the first thing that you mentioned with the PLO was that last hand that you played. I was more so
because it was kind of embarrassing.
I was more so wondering about your
Yeah.
idea to play it in the first place. I mean, I know that you don't play too much PLO. I wasn't sure whether or not it was something that you were potentially looking at a little bit more to play. Is it something that you'd like to look a little bit more at?
Potentially, I would say yes. It just, I think it just depends how fast I think I can like kind of learn it better. I would say, or improve in it. But yeah, it's a fun game. I mean, some would argue it's a harder game than Holden, but I think it's very different from Holden. Like, because obviously you're playing with 4 cards, and every turn can change everything, and the equity just constantly changes. There is much higher variance. Just like, yeah, these are the things that you have to like get comfortable with, and that only happens from how more you play. Yeah, potentially maybe in near future. I was even thinking of like I was actually considering hiring coach for PLO if I wanted to go really serious about it. I was considering it, but I will see how it goes.
And obviously, with this series running, PLO is something that will pop up. Also, there's the couple of the mixed game tournaments. Do mixed games interest you at all?
It would, but I have no clue how to play it whatsoever.
Don't worry, I don't think any of they do either. David, King 9 suited in the hijack with 14 blinds. Down it goes. Hamish with Jack 9. I wonder how aggressively he's going to be attacking these guys in the small and big. Neither of them are super shallow, so he may feel like he can get away with an open that's slightly wider. This Jack 9 may be the bottom of what he's probably comfortable opening from the cutoff.
I would say so. I think he's pretty comfortable having like 31 blinds and cutoff. I think he can. A lot of time he can get away with it. The thing is that Timon is kind of like, as I said before, he's a battler, so he doesn't necessarily let it go. As we saw before, he clicked with his pocket eights. But we'll see how this one turns out.
Looks like he is counting out those greens. In goes the 3-bet with the Queen 10 offsuit.
Oh, yeah. I actually like this better than just flatting. There is no flat there. Or we'll see what was the sizing that he chose, and if Hamish would just give it up here, which he does. Yeah, so it worked. So he chose 380 for his sizing, which is a bit below like 3x, but it's fine. It worked.
Now, I have to ask, obviously, with the main event last year going to 4 days and 4 very long and grueling days, what do you do to kind of unwind? Do you have any kind of specific routines that you have that you kind of set to? You mentioned that you work out a fair bit when you're in Melbourne as well.
Yes, I do. Even when I'm here and I'm not playing, like sometimes if I'm playing like 14 hours in a day, or if I'm here on the floor for like 14, 15 hours, obviously then I even don't get a chance to hit the gym or anything like that. Most of the times I try to keep my my routine in terms of like walking sometimes. Like if I get a chance to like take a walk, that helps. Like even a 10-20 minute walk, that would help. And yeah, I listen to a lot of music as well, and so that helps as well. Just a bit of a read sometimes if I'm feeling like my mind is too engaged. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Queen Jack suited for Michael, finding the raise to 160,000. Nobody waking up with anything to defend. Josh folds 10-8 of the same suit. Likewise, the blinds Not with anything. David. King 5 offsuit. Are we going to see him find it to defend? Bit of a stare down going on. What do you think of the stare downs?
I think I don't know. I think he's just considering whether he wants to. I don't think he can jam this, but whether he wants to defend this or just fold it to an 12 big blind open, which is honestly it looks very strong when you're opening off of 12 big blinds from the gun. Oh, he actually opened from +1, but
Well, looks like he will defend.
interesting. Okay.
To a flop we go. 480 out there. No, sorry. 440 out there. What will the flop bring? 4-3 deuce is interesting.
Oh wow. So David is not gonna let this go, but we'll see how this turns out. He could in some cases just like take a lead here with his open ender.
Oh, Queen of Clubs changes things as Michael turning top pair. David still with 8 outs though, and he's the one reaching.
Yeah. So this lead may actually bring down the cost of the turn bet lower, but it's not gonna actually stop Michael.
Yeah, betting 90,000, a relatively small bet relative to the size of the pot on the turn. Michael reaching. Looks like he's deciding just to call and not increase the price any further. To a river card we go, 620 out there, and the 5 is very interesting.
Yeah, it's a very bad card for both of them, but the problem is that David is always having Michael on ace X, and this is a bad card for him unless he's wanting to represent like purely a 6 there, like some sort of 4-6 suited or maybe an ace-6 off. I don't think he can go by that, so probably we're gonna see check here.
No, reaching.
Oh, okay.
This is a very interesting and, dare I say, weird bet. Looks like 160,000. No, a little bit more.
That's 165,000.
165.
Well, that's a very small bet. I don't think that's gonna achieve anything, and he's always getting called.
Call getting counted out. Michael, if he calls this and he's incorrect, he's going to be slipping down to around 8 bigs. Obviously, we can see that he has the best hand.
Yeah, he's getting 1 to 6 to call as well, so...
What are we going to see from him here with top pair?
I think it sounds too good for him to be true as well. It's just like... He was ready to make a call, but also he's just doubting it now.
So I've just received a message from Jackson Young.
Yes.
Saying he's driving home, and if you want a lift, you're going to have to head off.
I mean, talk of having, like, friends, right?
Michael weighing the options up. This is a very tiny bet. It's only a bet worth 1/4 the size of the pot. What is Michael Basutil going to do? He does call.
Yeah.
Going to see the good news.
Nice call by him.
So what do we think I'm in? Home time?
I'm just talking Jackson at the moment. As we talk. I'm like, it's fine, you guys, if you want to go. Oh, he's actually very nice. He's asking me if you want me. If he actually, yeah, he's asking if I want him to wait for me.
Tell him to come to commentary.
Oh, should I?
Yeah, tell him to come chat.
Yeah.
I've got a third microphone, so.
Yeah, for sure.
This is somebody that we often have messages about in the chats.
What's going on?
The Jackson Young may be making an appearance in commentary. The amount of times I've had people spamming the chat asking for Jackson Young. It's very funny. It's kind of a meme.
Oh, really?
Kind of, yeah.
Is it because how handsome he is?
I think so. I think so.
Must be. I mean, also how good he plays.
Of
as well,
course, of course.
Yeah.
He's playing so well this series.
Yeah. And he's in my fantasy team. No, I mean, to be fair, he's actually playing very solid, but he's just getting the bad side of the deck
Yeah.
over and over.
Getting destroyed.
Yes, which happens like with the variants.
I've sent him a message as well saying, come chat in comms.
Yeah. Oh, Michael has picked up aces, and they're gone with 16 big blinds.
Seat 9 raises. The raise is 215,000.
Oh,
Seat 1 folds.
I've received a message from the man. Aces, do you reckon you'll be all right for a moment? I might go and collect him.
No,
all right, I'm going to
absolutely.
leave you guys with I'm in for a moment. I'll be back soon.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm here, so be kind with me. So as we can see, Michael has picked up aces under the gun, open 215k. Holds down to David, queen 9 suited. He's got 10 big blinds. And
7
he
calls, 215,000.
and he calls off of a small blind, off of 10 bigs.
Seat 8 folds. We have 2 players to the flop.
Your heads up to the flop of
action goes back to
king
seat.
7-3, rainbow.
Just tap the table for me. Thank you. Seat 7 checks.
Checking. I wouldn't mind seeing Michael actually checking his hand behind, given this PR of the pot and how low David has in his stack.
Seat
Oh,
9
okay.
moves all in.
So he just jams. And
Seat
we're
7
gonna see a fold.
folds.
Nice pickup for Michael.
And the button moves on, please. Thank you.
As we can see, the shortest player on this table is Paul with 5.5 big blinds, which is still workable, of course. Just has a harder job, relatively. Okay, it seems like the boys are back.
Thank you.
We've got Jackson Young with us.
100,000 call. Roll. Seat 2 folds. Seat 3 out. 4 folds.
Yeah. All right, we're trying to figure out some setup situation here.
6 folds. 7 folds.
Hey.
8 folds.
Oh, hi. We've got Jackson Young finally with us.
Hello, Amin. How are we today?
Oh, pretty well. Now, better than you're with us now. How are you going?
Yeah, good. Obviously, would rather be in the tournament, but yeah, happy to be here. Life's good, so no complaints.
Just want to make sure this is all working. No whinging, all right? Seeing all your stories. Sunrunner at heart doesn't sunrun for one series.
Look, life's good. I do tend to complain a little bit, but we're on stream, so all positive energy today.
Yeah, okay, 2 rules. No swearing,
Okay.
no bad beat stories.
I'm not a bad beat story kind of guy.
Really?
Nah, I'll tell the close boys, but
Tell how it is.
I'm not the kind of guy to put it on on the table and let everyone know the aces bad beats. So it's
Alright.
okay.
All
No
right,
stress.
fantastic. Well, if you guys have any questions for both Armin and Jackson Young joining us for a fair while tonight. So hopefully we'll be chatting some nonsense, having a good time. Down to 62 players of 1,477 that entered. So still plenty of poker to be played tonight. Let me know if the audio quality is all right as well. We're testing something out with the 3 mic setup. It's not super common. So are you boys staying together or what's the go?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Thanks, Jackson.
No, Amin's a good roommate. I'm a bit of an early bird myself, so I'm trying to like get up, go for a walk, and I've been wanting to go to the gym, but by the time the boys wake up, it's like literally like time to get to the tournament. And then you've got Paris, who's like, he's a really good guy and just like really punctual.
It's all Melbourne crew?
It is
Yes.
a bit of a Melbourne crew,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
but yeah, we've been friends for a while.
Yeah, fair enough. We've already got a message straight away from Lachlan Crilly. It says Jackson complains a little bit with the Pinocchio emoji.
Look, you gotta let your heart out, Crilly, and sometimes you don't feel great, but today's a good day. Today's a new day, and life's pretty good.
Guacheni says, can we please have Armin for all the broadcasts? Finally, some actual poker commentary. I don't know if that's just a dig at me or if he's like really good at what he's talking about.
I only commented with one hand, literally.
Has this been like a deep analysis from Amin, or has it just been a bit of rants?
It's been really good stuff.
Maybe I'll learn something. I'm pretty happy to be here because like watching the stream's a bit hard when you're playing because you don't really have the headphones in and you're not like concentrating.
Yeah,
but
but poker's so much easier when you can just see what everybody has all the time.
yeah, you look like a genius when you just say it how it should be, but you can tell what the cards are. So
Yeah, so people come up to me, they're just like, oh, why don't you play poker anymore? You always know what's going on. And I'm like, well, I'm looking at what everybody has. I know what's going on.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Tim on with the ace-10 offsuit, looking like a raise is going to come in. Blunt at 5,100. Looks like he's going to touch over 2 bigs, 2.25. So is it just the 4 of you guys staying at this place, or
there's now 5.
Oh,
so,
now 5.
So it was originally Paris and Kerry, one of the dealers, and Jordan Battis has joined the crew for the last 2 days. So good to get him in. He came up late just to
pick up a straggler?
Yeah, we did. Like I actually didn't even know he was staying until like the night before. And
You just
Paris.
get home and some random blokes on your couch. Like, who are you?
Lucky I really liked the guy, but he kind of just showed up and was staying, and Paris organised that off his own back.
Oh yeah, thanks. Great. Thanks, Brad.
Really good guy though, so happy with that.
Michael with the ace-queen offsuit on the button, facing this open from Tim on. I wonder what we're going to see, whether or not we're going to see a 3-bet. I would expect so, right?
Yeah, so I would say Timon can open given how big his stack is at the table, because he's currently, if I'm not mistaken, the chip leader on the table. And he can open and put the pressure on lower stacks. Even hand like ace-10 or from +1. I wouldn't honestly mind Michael flatting there on the bottom, the ace queen. Given the dynamic of the table, we've got like a few shorties.
6s and a deuce, 2 spades, both players with 1. Michael with the ace of spades. There's going to be some interesting runouts here. Obviously, both of these guys with ace high at the moment.
I think if you're going to flat the ace queen off 20 bigs, you really have to be willing to call down light. As Amin said, chip leader is going to be pretty aggressive and not too scared to put some money in. So if you're not kind of putting in the ace queen or like 3-betting it or jamming it, you're going to want to have to call down on some runouts. And this is probably one of those runouts where it's like, got to call down in a lot of spots depending on bet sizings and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. Given the texture of the flop goes to spades as well, and he's holding ace of spades. So it should make it easier for him to at least float 1 or maybe even 2.
It was like 225 is going to be the amount. Justin Shackler says the Green Day American Idiot shirt is strong. Yeah, Josh Yeomans is wearing a Green Day American Idiot shirt, like a massive like album cover thing, which is kind of strong.
I like Green Day. Green Day is a very underrated band. I mean, like everyone knows them, but it's like they kind of been lost a little bit.
Oh, wow, the ace queen doesn't call.
Oh, wow.
And this is why I probably would have liked to get it in, because it's really hard to play if you just miss.
Getting a look at who's been pre-flop, raising the most. Hamish Crawshaw, no surprise, keeping up that aggression.
Yeah, that's very surprising for me that he just lays it down there. I'm guessing he's trying to play the tightest they can at the moment because of the, as I said, there are a few shorties on the table, but we are not nowhere in the ICM pressure spots, or
Is there any pay jumps or nothing coming up?
I'm not sure honestly. The payouts are running underneath the screen, so I'm just trying to see.
If it was you, I mean, would you have like 3-bet to 5 or just like put it in? Obviously, it's under the gun 1 opening, so
Knowing Timon, because I was telling to Jordan as well, knowing him and how aggressive he can be, I'm probably just flatting there.
you're flatting.
Yeah,
Okay.
and leaving his bluffs open. But also, but also I wouldn't mind even like 3-betting to 5.5 or even 5 big blinds there
And I assume you're calling off then.
against him. Yes.
Yeah. That's probably how I would have played it. I mean, you can do anything, I guess.
Yeah, both plays I don't mind. Just depends on how the like table dynamic is, like the whole table dynamic. But yeah.
We have had we have had many I wouldn't say arguments, but disagreements on how we'd play hands. But as you know, I didn't win the main event last year, so I probably don't have the right to say it.
Yeah, I mean, 9.1 big blinds. The king 4 offsuit.
Yeah, I mean, big blind's going to be pretty wide here. Obviously, any two, but
Yeah,
it's not the best hand.
I actually like it. That king's. I think the last time he limped his king 10-0, if I remember correctly, against Hamish, and he got put into the blender on the turn, and he had to fold his king 10, even though he was ahead, but he just couldn't continue.
Absolutely. So I have to ask, you guys have any arguments about poker hand histories?
Not as much argument. We have this. Yeah, no, we don't have argument about hand histories or stuff like that. There is this thing that all right, I see poker, and my perspective on poker. I have, I have this argument that good players, like great players, should be balanced in both bluffs and values. And Jackson doesn't believe in it.
Well,
Jackson doesn't think
Doesn't believe in balance.
in balance. He thinks it's overrated, and he thinks like it should be different. Like you shouldn't be necessarily balanced in your or like.
Never bluff.
Well, look. You're calling me out here pretty bad. Look, I think there's a level to it personally where you do want to be capable of bluffing, but I think there's just some spots where you just never need to bluff, and depending on players, like there's some players I've played against where if they 3-bet me, I just clean fold ace queen. But then there's other players where I'd get it in for 40 bigs. You know what I mean? So obviously a lot of post flop spots as well. But yeah, I think balance is a tad overrated, but. I mean, once again, I didn't win the main event last year, so Amin knows best.
Yeah, no, that's completely understandable, and that point is respectable, obviously. All right, just to get to the hands, we've got +2 David opens off of
9.
yeah, and even like 9 big blinds with Queen 10R, and then Paul just jams ace jack
Yeah,
for
the jams.
5 big blinds.
Jams, obviously.
Yeah.
Great. The queen 10 off, I think I would prefer to have suited, and if I did, I would be jamming it. But I hope he folds. I hope he's hoping you to min-raise fold here because I mean, like you can actually do this off 10, like.
Yeah, I don't think he has any. I don't think he has any fold equity anymore.
I mean, not now that the guy's jammed 5. Right?
Yeah.
like. Definitely not for 5. There's obviously the big blind and the big blind ante and the small blind in there. I think you probably need to be getting. Oh no.
Oh.
That's
Okay. I mean, David, to my surprise, he's playing very differently and unconventional.
So do you.
Which is something that I don't mind, honestly. I play unconventional, so I'm a fan.
Yeah, I think with that hand, I mean, like once like if someone puts in the 9 bigs that covers him, you got to just fold, obviously. But for 5, like, I mean, I could be wrong here, but like you could have 2-3 suited and like you'd have the right odds to put it in. So, would like to see that one go in. He's still got like 30% against pretty much every hand, unless he's got like aces and kings and queens. But that's all right. He's still alive. That's what's important.
I love that I brought you in here on good faith to have good poker kind of conversations, and you guys are just needling each other.
It's just friendly banter between friends.
Friendly love.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So how long have you guys played poker together? How long have you known each other?
We met. Well, good story. So, I was playing a tournament in Sydney before I really knew like what I was doing. Kind of just like trying to start playing tournaments for a little bit. And there's this guy next to me that I knew was from Melbourne, and I open button, and he ends up 5-bet jamming on me, and I was like, I have aces, and I did win that hand.
What did he show? King nine
King
or
nine
something?
suited, yeah, and like it's probably fine, but I just like it was funny because I had aces, right?
Yeah.
So that's how we met, and yeah, been good friends ever since.
David ripping in deuces for 1.1 million. Timon, though, waking up with the 4th best hand ever created, pocket jacks. David is going to need some help to stay alive because I don't think Timon is going to be folding this ever.
No, I would say no. Chip leading. I mean, he's got jacks. It's going in.
Yeah, for 11, it's definitely calling.
Here's the re-rip. See if Bowen or David see if just Bowen wakes up with anything.
No good.
Down it goes, and deuces are going to need some love. Given it's 13%, it looks like a deuce was folded as well. So just one out.
Is it gonna be one of those deuces never loses situation, or?
Do you feel it, Vin? What's the juju saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel good about this.
That's not a good start.
Couple of spades, backdoor love.
Oh,
there we go.
spade.
Deuce.
Oh.
9 of diamonds is no good, as we say GG to David Atkins. Couldn't really get anything going at this table.
Yeah.
How's that for some chip counts? Timon, the only person at this table north of 20 bigs.
3x second in chips is a very good position to be in, especially when like obviously just watching, but been pretty aggro so far from what you guys are saying. Just when you're big stacking these big tournaments, like just putting pressure on people that are, like obviously a lot of satellite entries too. So playing for a lot of money, you can put a bit more extra pressure on. Big stack, you can just even grey stack even bigger. Great position to be in.
So I have to ask, how often are you guys traveling to play series? I feel like I see you guys at every single one, to the extent that I had no idea whereabouts you were based. Like, you could have told me that you were living in the Gold Coast and I would have believed you.
Yeah, a lot of people think so actually, and also most people actually think I'm from Sydney because how often I'm there.
I thought you were from Sydney.
Yeah.
I did. I really did.
So no, I'm based in Melbourne, but I'm barely there basically. I'm traveling. I think for the whole last year, I spent maybe maximum a month out of the 12 in Melbourne. And the rest of it, I was just traveling between Sydney, Gold Coast, Brisbane, and then Adelaide. And as I said, I just took a trip to Cambodia as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I personally, for the last few months, I've been playing a lot. I'm kind of keen to take a bit of a pause. It's can get very expensive and it can get a bit stressful if you're doing it too much. And I love it. We all love it. That's why we're here and why we're watching and playing. But yeah, traveling, I really love Melbourne. Besides the weather, it's a great place to be. And just going away, I swear it's like every 3 weeks is not the greatest. So I'm pretty keen to just stay home for a bit. But like obviously, there's a lot of series coming up that I'm pretty keen on going to. But this was like the last one I was going all in on, like 3 weeks here, and then pretty happy to just go back home and try play some online or something.
I will say that it's not over.
It is not over.
Still 4 or 5 days left of action. Have we managed to locate a bag in the main event as of yet?
The bag has been secured.
Oh, fantastic.
Quite a small bag.
A bag's a bag's a
A
bag.
bag is a bag, and last year was 7 bullets to get a bag.
I guess it depends on how big the night is, but
But this year, just the one. Just the one bullet, which is...
that's good. That's huge.
When you're doing your absolute coconuts, one bullet in the main is a good feeling. You don't need to grind till all hours of the morning trying to get a stack, which is nice. So pretty happy with that one. But yeah, hopefully can find a result there in the 5K and if there's anything else, because it would be a nice way to end the series. Had a good series saver last year as we were at. He was in the bin for like a lot and then just binked the 5K for like a pile, right?
Oh, with the APR.
Yeah, 60 or something, 70?
Yes. Thanks for reminding. Yeah.
One of
so
many tournaments you've won,
I
eh?
was in for like 75k for the whole series, and yeah, I binked a 5k on the last one, and I was still losing.
It was like the pop-up 5K too, right? Like
Yeah, it was a pop-up.
it wasn't
5K.
even scheduled to run. And
No,
like,
it
a
was
lot of the
pop-up.
5K regs busted whatever was before that, and they were like, just like, let's run a 5K. And then you bink
Yeah.
that, and then your whole series is saved. So
He's cruising.
Not safe
saved.
to be
Better.
exact, but it's
Better.
better.
Yeah.
So for those of you tuning into the late night hours in commentary, my name's Jordan Bromley, joined by last year's champion, Amin Riazadi, and this year's biggest donator, Jackson Young.
So far.
So far, it's not over just yet. Hope you guys are having a good night, and feel free to send through any questions you can, or any questions that you want to have answered on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. We've got everything opened. If you want to, and you haven't yet, make sure you like the video on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and follow on Twitch. Looks like we've got the PLO champion from just a few days ago, Tony, joining us at the table as well. So, still plenty more action. I think that number in the top right needs to be updated a little bit. I think we've got a little bit more than 62 players remaining in this one.
Have we seen under the gun this player limp before, or is this the first time? Because I mean, I think Hamish, from what I know, is a very experienced player and probably going to sniff out the. I mean, his hand's probably a fold anyway to a jam, but he's going to pretty easily sniff out the limp jam here.
I think we're about to find out. Very quick question from Greg in the Facebook chat, which is I want to ask Amin about your coaching session with Greg. He was very happy about it.
Greg. Yes, Greg is Greg is such a sweetheart. We did a funny bit together, and yeah, he was.
Is that the dealer, Greg?
Yes. That's
I love
yeah.
Greg.
And he was telling me how we are folding kings pre and post. That's what he was. That's his coach. What his coaching was about, and I think that helped me a lot.
I think he's a good player.
Folding kings pre.
Yeah, I think that's a really good play in some
I think
fields.
that's what he's taught me so far with his coaching, and I'm happy.
Wow, we've seen a click. The limp click under the gun.
Oh wow.
This is great. This is better than jamming, I think. Like, if Hamish ever thinks he has bluffs, which would be that'd be ambitious. It's definitely possible, but as we can see, the Queens is just inducing. And even like a hand strong as Queens is only going to win 2/3 of the time as well, even against a hand like this, which is the beauty of poker, I guess.
Do you think the ace-8 suited is a little bit too strong to fold against a click like this?
I mean, under the gun has literally 12 bigs left, so it's like it's probably just a fold, but I mean, pretty insane pot odds. I mean, you have a blocker to the ace, but I mean, I've played poker for a long time. I don't know if I've ever seen a limp under the gun click off what he start with, like 18 bigs.
17,
yeah.
or 17 and a half, yeah.
This would be a crazy bluff. I think he's just gonna
He's just gonna let it go.
Hamish figures his way out of it.
We can see the cards, so it's a bit easier for us. But yeah, that's a play that would be
There
very
not-
underbluffed.
Yeah, it's very underbluffed. I agree.
just gonna-
You should be like very creative, making those sort of like if you want to do that. I don't know, with some sort of like ace 7 suited or ace like 9 suited, which is really unnecessary. You can just open those hands off of like 17 and a half. So I don't know what bluffs are there, honestly, but
As I said, balance is a scam. I mean, who won the hand?
no, no balance. All right, I'm not gonna argue over this stream. We'll talk later, Jackson.
Okay. A good McFlurry to settle it.
I feel like I've just gotten in the middle of like a marital dispute. You guys have been back and forth with this for like 10 days.
We've
Like,
had a couple 4 a.m. sessions where
Oh
we
my
just go back and forth, but it's okay. It's all in the name of love.
I was having a conversation with somebody about this recently, about poker series and about the 3 a.m.s and the 4 a.m.s. And I think it might have actually been you. I mean, it's like some of the best conversations I've had in poker have been at 3 a.m. after I've just busted an event, my friend's chip leader. And I'm just like, yeah, let's talk about hands for 5 hours. And the sun's coming up.
It gets a bit like 4 a.m. You're all delusional, right? Like
Yeah.
you're running off not a lot of sleep, so it's yeah, it gets a little bit crazy, but yeah, I can't do the late nights personally for me. Like I'm really enjoying the APL, how it's ending at like 11 to 1. That's a good time for me.
I was staying with a group of guys in Vegas as we see. Just going to pause that. We just see Timon opening the King Queen offsuit and Antonio Sarame. Tony just going to zip it in with the Ace Queen offsuit. Requested the triangle. David with a decision here. He's only got 4 bigs, but he does have pocket 5s.
It's a bit gross actually for 4 bigs. Like, I mean, you're getting like such a good price because of the big blind ante, the raise. Like, you got to assume that, like, Timon obviously opening pretty wide, like obviously standard open here, but like calling it 21 big jams probably not going to happen too often. So are you just dead against Antonio's like higher pair, or are you flipping? I mean, if you're flipping with so much dead money in, like, it makes for a really, really good spot.
I was going to count it all out. Someone asked for a count. Probably a little bit too expensive, but no doubt plenty of thought going into under that bucket hat. Because I can hear screaming outside. Somebody must be winning some pots as the fold is made.
Yeah, so there's no way that the human can call there. But I wouldn't mind for Antonio, just because like he's always running his hand for like 21 big blinds with ace queen there. I wouldn't mind it to just do a bit of a click against Timon, because he's capable, and just induce some bluffs out of him. But I guess that's the same result. Like, I guess that's good enough to win the pot as well. So,
I mean, it kind of goes back to the hand we saw maybe 10 minutes ago where, you know, ace queen off flattered, and then you got to play a pot. Like, you got to play a pot for 4 SPR, and just like, if you don't hit your ace or your queen, like, it's pretty hard to navigate, especially against chip leader who's going to be pretty aggro. So I don't mind the jam. Like personally, like against someone like a chip leader, I don't mind like clicking it to hopefully get them to jam worse. But you know, I can understand if 20 bigs is 20 bigs, and you don't want to play post against, you know, a pretty competent player.
Sure.
You agreed with me this once.
I just didn't want to continue arguing. That's all.
We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I think all options. I think all options are fine.
All
Honestly.
options are fine. No, I wouldn't have. Yeah, okay, I wouldn't have liked flatting there, but either jamming or just like clicking to one, like, I don't know, maybe a 3x click, a 3-bet to 3x, or maybe like 2.5x, and getting Timon to just put it in would have been also good, but I guess that's good enough to just win the pot as well.
As these graphics are taking a second to update, must be fixing up some stuff in the background. Have you guys had the chance to go to Apane yet? If you're staying with a crew of guys, you have to make sure that you go to Apane while you're here.
I have never heard of that place.
Have you heard of Apane?
I haven't.
Apane is a Korean chicken place in Southport. It's open until 1 a.m. every day.
Okay.
So it's just perfect.
We-
after playing.
yeah.
You should have told us this sooner.
I've been
Jordan.
telling everybody.
And now we're in
We've
the
been
booth.
having Macca's every
Bad.
single night,
Bad.
for God's
I mean,
sake.
to be fair, the Korean chicken's probably not much better, but it's still
mean-
quite delicious.
I think I was meant to go there last night. Like, I didn't get the name of it, but someone's like, let's get some fried chicken. And I was like, that sounds elite. And then he goes, it's closed. I was like, what a shame.
Devastating.
Really devastating. I love Korean. One of my favorite foods. Is that an all-in? Is that a raise? No.
No. They're just taking their cards off of the readers so they
Cool.
can fix the the card reader.
Oh, here we go.
Like what we actually saw was an open from Timon,
Okay.
and just a call from the small blind from the ace queen suited
Yeah.
off 21.
I mean, once again, it's a pretty hard hand to play, like, on this flop. Especially against the chip leader. Like, are you jamming him in, or are you, like, inducing from the small blind? He's under the gun, but, you know, under the gun obviously does open, you know, other hands than ones that dominate you.
Oh, I think I'm jamming there.
Yeah. I think, like, small blind's not a great position. It's just so hard to play out of position, especially for 20. Like, so many flops like this flop here, like, it's most likely going to go, like, you know, check, bet, call, check, and then, like, Timon might bluff it. Timon might even bluff this card now that he's picked up a straight draw. Krilli's in my DMs just abusing me.
Yeah, he's in mine as well. Don't worry. You're getting abused by proxy. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Great.
10 of spades on the turn. Is Timon going to check it? I bet again. No. Just a check back. River card is a 9. So the 8s get there with a straight on the end. Ace Queen in no man's land, but hands on those greens. That's not good.
Yeah, can bluff here, obviously. Like, I mean, I'm going to assume Timon would think he's going to be 3-betting a hand like King Queen, but he didn't 3-bet Ace Queen, so, I mean, technically does have the King Queens in range, but I think this is just a pretty easy call.
Quick shout out to Amanda Abernethy in the chat saying hi, guys.
Hi, Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
Amanda was not happy with me the other day. She thought, well, everyone thought I was trying to dodge a big blind when I wasn't, and now everyone thinks I'm a scumbag, so not great. But hello, Amanda.
Are you a scumbag, Jackson?
Well, look, I understand how it looked. I promise you I wasn't. That wasn't my
I
intent.
like how you're not actually disputing.
Well, I walked past Paris, and Paris is my friend, so I was saying hi. But apparently I skipped a big blind, so I got a bit of a stern talk.
Accidentally on purpose.
Accidentally on purpose.
You know what? I may do it intentionally if it was like 8 big blind max late reg, but it was for 50 bigs, so I don't know if I'm that much of a bad guy.
Timon finding a raise to 900,000 after this 300k lead on the river.
Oh wow, this is very
You don't like it?
surprising. I don't know what's happening. Exactly.
Surprising with the straight. You don't raise a straight on the river.
I mean, you're only getting called better here. I don't know. It's a 4-liner. It's like the King Queen is the first hand that you should put the small blind flat on. I would do so.
Geordie's looking at me in bemusement. I agree with him in here. Okay, I'll tell you why I think. Now, once again, we disagree sometimes, but
Okay.
any set would have jammed. You would think in like a 7s, Jacks, 10s, 9s would have jammed pre, right?
Yeah.
Jack 10 potentially jams pre. So I think you're right.
I mean, but I'm getting flattered from someone who is sitting on a small blind. The first hand that I'm putting them on is like King Queen or King Queen suited, just like most of the times.
I don't think you're getting called by anything worse, to be honest.
Yeah. So.
Are you guys trolling? I don't know if you're trolling. What's going on?
We're here for the poker analysis, and our analysis is getting us kicked out.
We're just. I'm just amazed that he's just raising 4-liner.
Look, I don't think it's terrible. I just like. What do you?
Jordan is in disbelief. He's
staring at
like,
us.
what is this guy you're talking about?
Look, okay, I'm gonna ask you, Jordan. What do you think calls that would lead?
I'm not worried about what calls. I'm worried about what is betting for a third on the river. Do you think King Queen is betting for a third on the river?
No.
Okay,
But then it's just bluffs, right?
So you have a straight. You don't want to ever try and see if your opponent is going to call you with a hand like Jack 10 offsuit ever?
I mean, Jack 10 offsuit is ambitious.
Okay, how about Jack 10 suited? Because obviously they're flaming from the small blind. They're going to have a lot of 2 pairs still. They're going to have the Jack 10s. They're going to have the Jack 9 suiteds occasionally, maybe.
I mean,
just cutting a straight there is, for lack of a better phrase, man, that's some weak shit. Come on,
we
bro.
get the no swearing chat. You know what? Like,
I'm in charge. I'm allowed to say it once a night. That's my one swear a night.
You're probably right. Like, I mean, I think you are only specifically targeting Jack 10 suited that didn't jam pre. So it's like, it's actually kind of close, I think. Like, he doesn't ever have Queen 8 suited there. I mean, I would assume. So it's King Queen that you lose. And then it's Jack 10 that you beat. And both hands really shouldn't be flatted pre. So it's close. You might have a point. And we have a flip. So this will be fun.
Ace, King, and Jacks. David with a chance to find a double up. Needs to locate an ace or a king out here.
What do you feel, man? You feel it?
On ace or jack?
Well, I mean,
Ace or Jack?
Ace King. Sorry, I was paying attention to Amanda's comment.
I think she wants to be my friend.
No
so
ace
it's
or
okay.
king. So we're going to
ace
say
or king.
GG to David McAllister. Another run coming to a close.
I think I was talking to his partner, and from what she said, he's been running deep in a lot this series. So
Yep. He's actually on the
he's on the player of the series
he is,
leaderboard.
yeah.
Is he? Yeah.
FT the opening, FT the survivor bounty. He's been doing very well.
Awesome.
Let us know what your thoughts were on the ace queen pocket eights hand. Would love to hear what some of the players, definitely better than myself, but probably as good as these two guys, will know what to do, because I'm a bit useless when it comes to tournament poker. Obviously, why I'm sitting in here and you guys are shelling out there. So
I'm curious to see what Krilly thinks. Krilly is going to abuse me all night, so I'm keen to get a comment from him.
Krilly, are you raising the third nuts on the river there? if I say it like that.
He's condescending us a minute. The third nuts.
No, that's all right. I'm happy to discuss the hand further. I just don't.
I think
don't
Jordan's
wanna-
got a point though. Like Jack 10
I-
might call, you know, because
Yeah, I get Jordan's point. If it was like, if they were deeper, of course, I would have gotten the point. But it's just like in that, like off of 20, he calls. It was like 20 big blinds when he called off of small blind, right? If I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
he had 21 to start.
Yeah. So and the board has flush draw texture, like front flush draw. I don't think a Jack 10 wants to like induce a raise with top two when there is a four liner there against chip leader who's opening from the gun, because they can easily actually
Good fold.
put them into the bin, right? So for that reasoning, I think like if you have Jack 10 there, you're always like checking behind, hoping like the chip leader find a bluff. This is such a spot that you don't want to like put your tournament chips in decision whether
Yeah,
the guy
if you bet
actually has the four liner or not.
if
like
you
with
bet and you
the
get
top
jammed
tier.
on, it's pretty gross.
It is pretty gross.
And you probably have to fold.
That's why I don't think Jack 10 is betting there, honestly. I think he's always check calling or blocker bet calling. Not betting healthy like 300 and calling.
One thing that I don't think you guys are taking into account here is we see Tony with the 6-3 suited. Just going to see what he does here first before I carry on.
Sure.
Looks like he's reaching for a raise.
Oh,
And this
spicy.
exactly
I like it.
is what I
That
wanted
is.
to bring up, and it's the random factor.
You are yes, and
Because you never know what is going to happen. You never know what your opponent is going to call.
the issue with this sizing though is that if he puts it in, you actually have to call, which is not ideal because you've put in 740 out of what 1.3 million.
Touch more, so 1.5 in a bit. So we'd have to call about the same amount more.
I mean, it's a good. It's. I mean, I like it if he's got a feel for it. Like, this is some Amin's kind of stuff. Just
It's
finding
not
it.
even me kind of some man. This is some kind of like next level.
This is white
thing.
magic.
This
Shout
is
out
what-
Chris
this is-
Cockhouse.
This is some white magic that we're talking.
This is great.
mean, it's very hard for Michael to continue
Is
here.
Antonio
It's
like a regular? Like
Tony is a legend in the Brisbane cash game
Okay.
circuit.
I don't know.
Then-
him, but
then-
He's a great guy, and he's not
He-
afraid to go for it if it feels like it's
Hey,
going to work out.
then I like it. I mean, I think I might have made a little bit touch smaller just so I can fold if I get a jam. But like, there's
maybe,
no way he
maybe
can.
the
Put...
trick is that he doesn't want it to look like that there is any fold.
I
equity
mean,
there. He
then
just-
it's
that's the
levels
trick.
to it, you know. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's great. I
I'm-
mean, what are you doing with ace nine off here? You just have to fold. Like, there's no way you can
Man,
put it in.
I'm just sitting here learning.
No, this is great. Like, the beauty of poker is that anyone can do anything, and no matter how right you think you are about something, you're probably not even on the ballpark.
I completely agree.
Like 6-3 suited, I guarantee you is not going through Michael's head right now. He's probably thinking, I've got a blocker, I've got the ace, which is nice. If he's got an overpair, if I want to like, you know, have some equity and just get it in, but like,
Yeah, I think what
I think he's just tanking here for something, maybe a pay jump or like, I mean, he's not even
no,
putting
honestly, yeah,
No
he's going all in.
it in. Sorry. Oh my god.
He has to call.
Oh my,
Yeah.
oh my god, he snap calls him 6 high.
Yeah.
Okay, this is unbelievable.
Oh my
This is
God,
great.
This is great.
This is a hand. This is the hands that like.
Tony with a
People
chance to
love.
find a sick KO. Michael standing up.
This is not a bounty tournament, correct?
Oh my god.
Oh
he's fucked it.
wow, and he finds the three.
Oh my god, he just has
And the
everything.
club needs to fade a 9
Oh
on
my
the
God.
regular
Oh
and
wow.
GG's.
So unfortunate.
Wow.
Michael Busutil.
He's not going to be thrilled.
Well, he looks devastated.
Honestly, kudos to him.
I
I think he cracked the hand open. Obviously he wasn't putting him on 6-3 suitor or anything, but he was thinking but like whether he's got like ace-5 suitor or anything in his range or not, and he can beat those ranges.
I
and maybe
mean,
he just decided to go with it.
I mean, I think. Oh, he's taking a photo. That's that crazy of a hand. I think. Look, I think the ace nine off is overly ambitious, to be honest. Like, he would have had to see Antonio be doing like crazy stuff a fair bit to like pull that off. Has he? Has he been doing crazy things
Yeah,
on
I think
stream?
they only just got to the table together.
Then
Only just got brought over.
okay. Then
I mean,
think
there is a bit of a future table effect happening, I would say as well.
that's
I've seen people like pulling crazy things. Like this Amin Riyazati guy has done it many times.
I
No, he was up against the guy named High Key, bro. What are you talking about?
No, but maybe, yeah, maybe
because
it's just.
you literally like the thing is with that jam, right? Is like he's almost never bluffing there, right? He obviously was in that situation, but you have no fold equity at all. So like he's almost never bluffing. So you're just never getting a fold, as you can see by the 6-3 call.
Yeah.
So if you're never getting a fold, your bluff becomes sort of like non-existent. Like you shouldn't really be bluffing unless he's going for value with ace-9, thinking that this guy's just so out of line. Then like I get it because he's getting it in the head. But like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I would argue that in his mind, he was putting him on some sort of like ace rag range, like suited ace rag range, and he's like, yeah, I'm ahead with ace-9 here.
I mean, if that's how he was thinking, then it's great.
Yeah.
I think
Especially because of the sizing. But yeah,
Shane
I mean,
folds
kudos to him.
jacks.
Good jam, and then it just didn't work out for him. That's very unfortunate.
One of my favorite things about doing commentary is when I get to come to APL Million series like this and get guys like you in here and watch your minds melt at some of the stuff that happens.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we see some crazy shit, but we don't like see their hands, right? So we see all this stuff where it's like, there's no way they're bluffing here. Like I'll fold jacks or like.
Breaks the one rule.
Yeah, the break.
Oh, did I?
You just broke the rule.
Oh,
One rule, man.
$1,
Bad guy.
$1 in the jar.
I didn't even realize. I got my dollar out. I got a $5 USD note from.
Yeah,
Nathaniel.
done. Lock it in.
Oh, okay. That's worth $8. I need that.
We'll donate to a charity. Paul Gibson, 5.9 big blinds, our short stack. Timon and Tony. He's feeling very comfortable. So we've got a visitor coming in, the man with the camera.
I thought I was very in trouble for a second. Yeah, I was like, oh boy.
No. Really no swearing, but it's not overly enforced. Just don't do it.
So in that previous hand, just one of the comments, Cheyenne said he would fold jacks as the under the gun and open against the mid position open against the big blind 3-bet. I don't know if I go that far, but I get his reasoning. Like I'd be pretty fold heavy. You know,
I mean, I don't think there's a universe where I'm putting jacks in the muck there, but
no, not jacks, but like I get his thought process. It's like I mean, you get it. Like pocket sevens, like you're not thrilled, right?
No, of course not. Yeah, I get it.
Are you putting in sevens?
Probably not.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, right? So like jacks is probably a little bit too strong, but like even let's say Tony had 9s, he's not probably like 3-betting. He's probably just jamming, right? Or calling. You know, so
Or
like
calling.
the 3-bet is kind of crazy. It's like super strong or super weak, which is
Yeah.
sort of what was
Which-
exactly what happened.
Yeah, which either way just like worked out as an all-in anyway. Like it's gonna like the chip's gonna be in anyway. So it just,
I agree. It's just the act of it. It was
Yeah.
so bizarre. It's like never aces, never kings, never queens, but like never a bluff, but was a bluff. So
It was well,
we learn something new every day.
Queen Jack 5-2 hearts. Getting a look at this action. Paul checking the big blind v blind with the 5-4 suited, not deciding to jam it
I think,
free.
I
Not
mean-
5.
I think I would just put it in here on the flop because it's 4 bigs. Personally, but I mean, the thing with like BVB is like he's gonna have so much junk here that a 5 on the flop's actually kind of pretty strong, to be honest with you. Obviously now turning it's just the nuts, but hopefully you can get Bowen to put a cheeky bet in, which is what happens exactly, and it's a really small bet. I think he's put in half a big blind actually, which is obviously
He's forced to make it a little bit more.
illegal. So, I mean, the call looks so strong, doesn't it? But also, like, maybe just has a flush draw. But he's just going to call, I guess, yeah.
No, it looks like he is going to click it.
oh, okay.
Click off 4 big blinds. This is some high level things I'm seeing, like clicking off 4, 3-betting the big blind. I like it.
Out of curiosity, Jackson, how'd you go in this tournament?
Not good. Not good. So
I was waiting for that. Like I knew you were gonna go for it,
Don't
Jared.
get invited into the booth and then needle people, mate.
I'm no needles. I'm just learning things like I don't know. I might have just called there to try to get him to bluff river, but yeah.
Hey, tell you what, they'll
Who
do,
won the
they'll,
pot?
they'll do lessons on play. You can give lessons on how to bust, and we'll call that a day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the king of busting this series. So if anyone wants some lessons, like just DM me. I've got some really good strategy on how to bust everything. So we'll get there. But yeah, I think
Especially how to lose with aces in Centurion, right?
hey, I'm not gonna complain. No bad beat stories. Man.
All right.
No bad beat stories.
Okay.
As bad as I want now.
Big shout out on Facebook to Vincent Huang. Thanks for tuning in, Vinny. Cheering on Hamish Crawshaw. Hope you're doing well. Not sure where you are at the moment, whether it's Thailand or Macau. Hope you're doing well, mate. Cedric Yang says raise is not a good choice. Why raise?
Okay, so my opinion on the hand was on the flop, like you have 4 big blinds, so obviously pretty short, and it's BVB. Like I feel like the small blind would just jam 4 bigs with sort of any sort of hand, right? So any limps, it's a bad hand. And then when you flop a pair, you're probably just going to put it in. But when you turn it, sort of like your hands, you're never losing now. So like if he's ever bluffing, you want to kind of just let him continue bluffing the river, and you're in position. So if he checks, you can just jam, obviously, too.
I agree. You basically have the nuts regardless of run out.
Pretty
Like,
much.
If the board pairs and you're like,
never
oh,
folding.
good for you. You didn't bet a queen or a jack on the flop. Good for you.
Never folding off, like, what do they end up with on the, like, 3 bigs or something? Never folding.
All right, back to action. As we can see, Timon, which I do apologize for butchering his name
That's
before.
it. Timon. Yep.
Timon. I just realized that I was just mispronouncing his name. He's open off of hijack to 240, and Bowen with ace king on the bottom goes with a 3-bet.
The click? You clicked it? No,
I,
bit
I,
bigger.
I
Looks like
doubt
much larger
that is,
than a
yeah,
click.
it's more than 3.5.
So this is, once again, 15 bigs, like, you can obviously induce. I mean, you can do what you want, but I think I would, if I wanted to 3-bet non-all-in, I would go a bit of a smaller size now because, like, very rarely, but Vivek is now waking up in the big blind with ace-queen off, and he's probably, like, wanting to get this in for value, but he's like, the dealer that 3-bet has no fold equity once again, so, it kind of makes it a little bit sticky. And, like, I can't blame him for wanting to put this in, but, like, it makes it a little bit gross now.
I think it's very hard for Vivek to actually make any action other than fold here.
Wow.
Well, solely because of
size?
Timon being behind, being a chip leader, and it's the only person covering him. Maybe he can just cold call here.
I don't like that.
Yeah, and then just get it in on flop with Bowen,
I
like
think,
having 9 bigs behind, or maybe just click here in some cases, just depending how he thinks of Timon as a player, and how he thinks Timon like opens on what frequency.
So this is his
obviously.
first hand at the table, correct? So he wouldn't really have any sort of
I think
feel.
these guys might have played prior, like in other tables, but if it's his first hand, then yeah.
I can see jamming, I can see fold. That's a
Yeah.
great fold. That is a really good fold. Like
Yeah.
it's a very good hand. Like when chip leader opens, like Bowen can, like, I mean, I'm not sure on if he is, but you can click a lot, like, like ace-5 offsuit, stuff like that, to like 4.5, 5 bigs. But when he makes it, 6.2 bigs or 6 bigs, it's like you have really no fold equity when he's got 9 behind, right? So, and to be fair, a lot of these players don't find the clicks, like the bluff clicks. So I think the ace queen off's like a really good fold. Like I'm actually, like, yeah, I was thinking about, I thought jamming was best, but now that I'm talking out, I think fold's best as we're seeing the rainbow charger in the screen.
Back over to Timon, and the 7-6 suited is such a pretty hand, but at this stack depth, there's only one choice to be made, and eventually does let it go.
It's such a shame for Bowen, I would say, that there is Timon being chip leader and opening such a hand, because his hand is meant to be in all-in pre against Vivek. It would be like button big blind, and it would definitely be all-in.
And
like
I think he
15
might have got
bigs,
away with
just
it. I
like-
think if, like, potentially if Bowen clicks, it's like 4.5. I think he puts it in, potentially. Like, now there's actually fold equity off 15, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, so it might have cost Bowen there making it a tad too big, but I mean, he made it 6. It's not huge, but 6 off 15 is like kind of committing, The kind of general rule is once you put a third of your stack in, it's like too hard to fold. Yeah, you just always have 33% pretty much. So, yeah, Vivek gets away, which is great for his tournament life. I mean, he's got, 20 29 bigs, so it's not like he would have been all in, but 30 bigs is a pretty healthy stack.
Yeah, he's a smart and solid player. He came fifth, if I'm not mistaken, last year in the APL Millions.
Which one?
Vivek,
Main.
The main.
the main. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Main. Yep.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Francis with aces.
that's a good one. How much does he make it?
Like he's made
It
it
is,
300.
Okay.
No, I was just trying to niddle you on aces.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of history with this hand. How do you feel like this is going to go for him here?
Hopefully they don't wake up with ace, king, and jacks, just from experience.
Looks like they're safe for now. I think is
Yeah.
the words we'll use. 10 deuce offsuit for Paul.
I hope.
Oh,
Oh, he's putting his he's putting his small blind out.
small
I think.
blind.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I was hoping he wasn't going to call that one. That would have been a little ambitious. I mean, a click's fine, but you're never calling here. It just folds very, very standard.
It's like Vivek is getting a look at the stacks just to see exactly what the lay of the land is. Soap Legend Sochi says, can we ban the word like? We can ban you if you'd like. Join in the booth.
Do we say that a lot? I think I say that a lot. That's a little tick of mine.
A tick, you reckon?
Well, apparently I swore without knowing it, so I've kind of got a few ticks and just
Look, it's all good. It's fine.
we'll let it pass.
Nobody's really listening,
Yeah, just
apart from the 500 people that are watching. Ace is not going to get any action. So my name is Jordan Bromley, joined by Amin Riazadi and Jackson Young. If you guys have any questions for either of these guys, two kind of regs, I would say, on the circuit. Well, Jackson for now.
one fake reg, one pro.
One fake reg, one whale reg.
One lucky winner.
Send us through any questions that you guys may have. I'll make sure I ask the boys. Jackson was driving off, but was too enticed by the opportunity to have a live microphone in front of him.
I do enjoy the commentary.
This is your first time in the booth, or?
APL booth, yes. I was on the APL booth with
Okay.
with Will a few months back, which was my first time, which is really fun actually. I don't usually sort of do this kind of thing, but it's fun. It's fun. It's fun talking about poker. It's fun talking about hands, and I mean we're looking and watching at the game we love, and kind of analyzing it, and giving our thoughts. Obviously, there's no real right answer in poker, but doing what we can to give a bit of an understanding and trying to get in these guys' heads while they, try bink 400,000 Australian dollars.
I don't mean to needle you, but it seems like there is a right answer, and it's just not the one you've been making.
Well, yeah, probably.
Oh my
I mean, is it your first time in the booth? Did you do anything at APO or APT?
APT, yes.
Amin was too busy running deep in. Actually, you weren't running deep in APO. You weren't, but
No, I was I was busy putting bullets shell after shell.
you did a lot of bullets.
In PPC, yes.
Paris, shout out my boy Paris. 15 bullets in the 1.5K.
Wow. That's going to be
Alright.
some kind of a record.
Carmen
right?
also did that, and you did 15 too, right? Was it you?
Carmen
So-
did 15
Carmen did
bullets?
15.
So
yeah.
me,
That's a lot of tanking.
And a lot of singing.
I love
boy.
it. Oh my god. Me, Adam, Carmen, and Paris.
45.
Collectively, we've done 45 together.
Insane.
So basically, half of the price pool we contributed. Yeah.
I'm in cash that one, so thank you for the boost.
Anytime, mate.
I appreciate it, buddy.
So we've got a question, which is the Jackstar named after the legendary Jackson?
It could have been. I not trying to brag here, but I did nearly win last year. I lost a flip to the famous Mr. Richmond for Infinite. Flopped him almost dead, run around straight. Would have put me in a nice little spot, but they might have named it the Jackson Star if I won last year, but not to be.
Fancy and Twitch is asking, what are some tips for an amateur player wanting to take it to the next level? No doubt you guys have both been at this point in your poker career.
We'll handball that one to a min.
Handball that one to him.
Shout out to Joey, by the way.
Yeah, for amateur, taking it to the next level, I would say, I think, honestly, the best way for me, if I were to recommend it to anyone, is to find a good coach.
How did you learn? How did you like what got you good?
I went through it before you actually came into the booth. I went through it as
Okay.
in, like how exactly it happened and what I would recommend for someone who has who's starting from scratch. What I would recommend, but from someone who is an amateur to go to the next level, I would say if you have like the opportunity and if you can afford it, I think hiring a coach would be a great idea. Otherwise, there is heaps of like free stuff online that you
That's-
can learn from.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so learning online, and also if you put yourself in like poker community environment, it's such a friendly community that you can just make friends. You can ask people about hand histories, and you can just discuss hand histories, and you will learn more. So it would be by experience, asking questions, watching more, and yeah, and in some cases, if you're wanting to do it on a faster pace, hiring a coach would do.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that for Spency in the chat. And just picking up the action, Vivek opening the Queen 10 of spades, Hamish defending off of 10 bigs from the big blind. And both of these guys are the gut shot, but one of them is not like the other. Vivek with
Yeah.
a straight and flush
Great
draw, and
folds.
Hamish not going to peel one street.
Pretty standard, but I think a lot of people would peel there and try sort of see it, you know. But I mean, just smashes their range. You're just completely dead a bunch, and it has to be the one that's not a spade to be like really happy, you know.
Yeah, I agree, but also off of that like 8.7 big blinds, just like you don't want to continue there, because most of the times I would say with great players, they would have it in their mind that what is going to happen next. So it's not always about your equity that you're running. It's just
Yeah.
you're out of position. You've got like barely 9 big blinds, and you're facing a c bet on a board that has flush draw.
And to whereas, yeah.
Yeah,
just like-
so you don't have even a chance to make a play out of it on a turn because you're so short. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
as
a
expected.
very standard fold, but like I think like going back to the question before, like an amateur thing, like not really on how to learn, but like when you're like draws are great, but out of position, you got to take into account little things like are there overcards to the board, and you know like does this hit my range? Now if it was like 9-7-6, different story, right? Because now he can hit a pair and also maybe bluff it off potentially later. So things you just have to consider.
Antonio raising the ace queen offsuit to 280k, a touch more than 2 big blinds. Bowen pocket nines plus 1.
There's a big raise too under the gun, like almost 2.5x, which is a little bit bigger than usual. Theory would actually suggest that you want to jam more here the bigger they make it, but I mean, it is just nines, which is a good hand, but not an amazing hand.
Like just nines and just a call. Action's going to be folding around to Paul. Not interested with a jack 9 and a 9 going down straight away. So one less out. Vivek.
Looks like he really wants to get in the mix a little bit and just start clicking buttons, which is I like the approach of it. Like it's actually a really good hand to do it with. It's like a garbage blocker, which is a really good hand to like just click. Maybe if it was more like late versus late, but I like the thought of it.
Do you still think it's a good idea with a 10 and 8.7 big blind stack behind?
Probably not as much, which is, probably what he was considering. But like, I like the mindset of it, it's, in my opinion, better to be over-aggressive in poker than under-aggressive. And the fact that he's even thinking about it with that hand is like a good sign, like sussing out the stacks behind him, sussing out the positions and stuff. It's it is a snap fold, but, there's a lot of players that wouldn't think that. I like it.
It's up to a flop we go. 860k out there. 5-6 deuce, 2 diamonds.
Very, very good flop for Bowen. I think he's going to want to just like check raise, not check raise, just raise, get it in. Can't really ask for a much safer flop than this. Doesn't even have to jam, just, just raise.
We saw Tony with the 6-3 suited earlier. Looks like he's not slowing down, betting almost half pot, 340k it looks like. Bowen, nines with a diamond and overpair in this spot, obviously. Tony is going to have the overpairs as well, but he's also going to have a lot of hands like what he has exactly here, only on his case without a diamond.
Yeah, if he's choosing this sizing, he's gonna have to commit. He's gonna actually be able to triple barrel it off, and then it would be really hard for Bowen to actually make a call.
Well, this is like the way I would play this hand is like, am I willing to call this guy off if an over or 2 over cards come? If the answer is yes, then I'm just going to call. Like if I think he's just like over bluffing, if I think he's just like gonna shut down, I kind of want to just like, just raise here, and just get it in.
I wonder whether or not Bowen was a witness to that 6-3 hand. If that's the case, maybe he's considering just giving him a little bit of rope
Yeah,
here.
he took a photo of it. So
That is true.
he
That is
did witness it. Should be in the
Yeah.
back of his head, but you'd hate to see like a jack here. Like that's just so safe. I mean, it might like I'm probably checking here, but like he might even bluff now that he's got like 2 overs, a gut shot, and range advantage. But if he bets here, you just gotta, you gotta hold on. I mean, you're never gonna get a safer flop than this, really. He's never really got a 4 unless it's ace-4 suited. So over pairs or you're winning, and capable of bluffing.
Yeah, I think if Antonio wants to run the bluff here, he needs to be very aware of Bowen's stack.
Yeah.
And if he actually gets him overly committed on the turn, then he leaves him no like full equity behind for the river jam.
Yep.
So I would say like a size like 455-ish is really good here to go for.
And I think he's come with that, yeah.
It's like 415k.
Yeah.
It's actually like a perfect size if he wants to bluff it. Like, it's really, really good because like he's probably going to get called down to the river, but he obviously doesn't know what he has. I like it. Good size.
Yeah. So that's the hard thing about it now, because Bowen knows that if he calls here, he will be left with like 1.4 mil behind, and his opponent can actually go ahead and jam the river. Now, if he goes ahead and jams the river, it's really hard for him to call, because like obviously like he's representing like tens or better. But then again, with how aggressive and how like with that 6-3 hand as well.
Yeah.
that-
He's
and-
requested the triangle,
yeah.
boys.
Oh, he jammed. Okay.
Yeah. I you can go either way. I think it would be a pretty optimistic call from Antonio here to put it in. He probably feels like he's like 2 overs and a gut shot, and it feels like a lot of outs. But as you can see, like against this specific hand, he's only got 20%, and like
I don't see him calling here.
he has asked for a count just to see if he's priced in. I mean, I assume it would be a fold. Like, I mean, unblocking the flush draw is a little bit of something, but you just like once Bowen calls pre, like it's a lot. I do say like a lot, don't I?
You really do.
Once he calls like under the gun versus under the gun +1, like it's really strong. He's not got like what ace-10 suited here and just bluffing it. I mean,
You'd have to feel
potentially.
that some of the ace-10 suiteds that have a flush draw are probably just going to raise and run with it in the flop, right?
yeah. So you'd have to be doing it with like a naked ace-10, naked ace-jack, and that feels ambitious, especially when Antonio has a lot of the overpairs. So nines is just like getting it in, happy, sort of. It's not the greatest spot in the world, but nines is what, 5th best hand, 6th best hand, and you've seen the guy just absolutely run a crazy bluff. I don't mind it. If you think he's crazy, I actually probably like calling better and letting him bluff it off. But like I've been in these spots where someone's just like probably bluffing, but you're kind of chickening out, so you just jam to like get it in. But what do you think, Amin?
I
Would you
don't.
call? Would you raise?
No, I'm not calling here.
You're just jamming. No, sorry, as Bowen.
Oh, as Bowen.
Would you just call the 415 or would you?
Yeah, I would just call.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised he jammed, honestly.
Fold is made, and Bowen picks up a nice one up to 3.7 million. Just want to quickly, just Jackson, there's a comment on YouTube I just want you to read. One from Alan Pham there.
Hello, Alan.
Alan's tuned in. Can you read it out for me? I'm not allowed to.
I
feel like I might
why
get
do
in
we have
trouble.
a bleep commentator? I don't want to get booted out of the booth, so I won't mention it. But
We almost got him, Alan.
Alan's a good guy. Alan. Every time I swap with Alan, he doesn't cash, so I'm just pretty upset with him recently. But that's okay. He's a nice guy. And that's all we can
Now,
ask
with
for.
2 Melbourneites in here, I feel like it would be remiss of me if we didn't speak about April, May next year. The Aussie Millions, finally back in your hometown. You guys excited to
Very
finally
much
get back
so.
in the ground and play a big buy-in series?
I never got to play it, so I was when I started poker, it was like 1-2 at Crown, and I was walking past all these crazy cash games and these massive tournaments, and I never experienced it, so Amin probably did.
I didn't, man.
You didn't?
I'm in the same boat
Wow.
as you.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the thing. With the Aussie Million, I would go to it every single year, but I just wouldn't have the enough bankroll to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would play all those, like not all of them, just a couple of those small events, which I think back in 2019, I won
Of course.
a
Of course.
$500 buy-in.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, that was my first tournament ever that I won, which was really exciting. Yeah.
That's awesome. Was that your like first few months, or
No. That is back in 2019.
like did you just start?
No, I was playing cash game back then, and I just played this tournament, won it, and I didn't play it because I punted it off in PLR.
That's unlucky. I'm very keen for Aussie Millions. I like Crown's tournament series have been like they started kind of average and they've gotten better and better every time. I really like the staff there. Like really solid staff, TDs and stuff. So I'm excited to play it. Apparently it's just amazing like it used to be. So hopefully they can sort of bring back some of that magic. I've heard a lot of complaints that it's not in Jan just because it lines up with summer and, you know,
Australian Open.
Yeah, the Australian
so that's
Open.
going to obviously not, you know, bring in a lot of the sort of recreational internationals that probably are going to be doing the 10K buy-in for the main, but I mean it's part of it. I don't think they're coming as much anymore now after all of the stuff that Crown went through. Just like all the high rollers sort of aren't allowed to punt there or something like that. I heard like it's a bit harder. So I'm excited for it.
I'm also very excited that it's coming back. So it would be my first chance of playing the series properly.
And you'll probably win it.
We'll see how it goes, but as I was saying, back in the days, I wasn't best at bankroll management, so we'll see how this one goes.
It's all right. I'm sure you'll go over. I'm sure you'll have a really solid result, and then you can tell us a story about how you blasted it off the PLO game again.
Fair enough.
Just one sec, guys. Just going to have a quick chat with our production team. Picking up the action here. Looks like Vivek's going to open the ace-9 offsuit.
A little bit on the looser side, but pretty standard. Never 3-betting this hand, are we, Amin?
No, it's too good to be.
Two bet to 3-bet get jammed on. Cash game though, always a 3-bet. Great flop.
Oh, okay. Some sort of an action flop.
Bit spicy. Middle pair for Vivek, Timon, with an open-ended straight draw, 780k out there. And we can see that as far as equities go, we are pure flipping right now.
Yeah, I probably want to see a check, if I'm being honest. Timon's got a lot. He's got a lot of things. So out of position.
So many things.
Just a lot of things. Like he has flush draws,
All the
straight draws,
stuff.
pairs.
He got stuff going.
He's
See that board?
Look at that.
He's got
analysis.
stuff all around
He's
that.
got
you
a
know?
lot of stuff. Nah, he has a lot of Queen X here. A lot of Queen X that you never want to bet this hand and then like get called and then you're just in a really sticky situation on the turn. So the check's really good.
Mick Sherrington on Facebook's asking what level are we finishing tonight. This is actually the last level of the day. So however long this level has been going for, I'm not sure whether or not we're going to be playing a further 15 or so minutes, but this is the final level of today's proceedings. So if you guys have any questions for Jackson or Amin before we wrap up in these final few minutes before we take off, please send them through. and we'll be sure not to answer them. No, I'm
Make
kidding.
sure Jackson's ones are personal.
Yeah, as personal as possible.
Very
Oh.
deep. No one wants me for analysis. Just the questions.
And yet, you give so much.
I try.
The repeat 9 on the turn. Vivek turning trips after calling a half pot size bet.
This makes it very interesting now.
Do you think Vivek ever considers leading this?
I doubt it. I don't think he should. This flop is very draw heavy, so we don't want to take our opponents off of any draws either, and we just want to leave his air bluffs open as well. Let's say he's like filled with like some sort of a king jack suited as well. We want to leave his bluffs as well.
You prefer a check here?
Yes,
Check
definitely.
back, yeah.
I didn't realize that open ender. Don't really want to face check raise ever.
If you get check raised, it's an absolute disaster. So yeah, if you want to be, I mean, this guy's probably better than me, so he knows what he's doing. I probably would check back and just hope to not get check raised. He's got like Timon has a fair bit of 9x in range. Like he's gonna be flatting like 10-9 suited. I mean, maybe as wide as 9-8 suited, and then he's getting spicy with the jack 9 suited.
Yeah, with that sizing, basically,
It's a big size.
yeah,
Wow.
it's a very big size.
He's gone
So it's
polar,
that
really
sizing.
polar.
That sizing, Timon is actually trying to represent what Vivek has in his hand. Like he's trying to say, I've got 9-10 suited here, or some sort of an ace 9 suited, perhaps.
My only issue with the bet is, like, when he checks, the queen is never folding, right? And you actually block jacks and tens, which is like pairs that can find folds on this. So that's why I would have checked back. I don't really think you're getting check raised ever. It would be kind of a weird check raise.
Oh,
And
he,
there we
he
go.
went all in for
I really don't like that. Personally, you've just got such a strong hand. And there's draws, there's flush draw, straight draw, there's queen X. Like, I think queen X is just like really hating its life at the moment. If you have king queen here, maybe you can fold, as crazy as it sounds. Not that you think he has a 9, but checking over pairs on the flop. What do you think, Amin? King queen? Like, do you think king queen can fold? Or no? It's a pretty ambitious
I mean,
bluff,
just
you know?
yeah, but also depending what king queen you're holding. Like if
Guy's
you're
too good.
blocking, but yeah, it's just.
It's really funny.
I think. Sorry, it's Vivek who's gone all in.
Yes.
You understand that? Yeah.
Yes.
Fold from Timon. It's really funny that Amin says that he doesn't use or do any solver work, and then you ask the question as to whether or not you're folding king queen, and his first answer is, it depends on which one.
The randomizer.
Yeah. Knowing that we're probably going to be
Yeah,
mixing
but-
with the diamond, without the diamond, it really depends. Like,
No, obviously, like jamming there on the turn over such a big sizing bet when it comes from Timon. If I'm making that size on the turn, doesn't matter what I have. Like let's say I've got king queen there, and if I'm making such a bet and my opponent is just jamming on me, for 35 big blind, was it?
Yeah, it would have been a 70 big pot almost.
Yeah, so I'm snapping no matter what.
Snap
I'm
calling?
no, I'm snap folding.
Snap folding,
Just
okay.
like no matter what. Just like
Yeah, 120.
it seems so strong.
also, I love that I'm sitting here and you guys are just having a back and forth on the analysis. I can just sit back. I just get to take a break. You guys are doing my job
You can
for
have
me.
your
It's
you can have
fantastic.
your dinner that you never had.
Oh yeah, I didn't have dinner. I totally forgot about that.
If look, I don't want to overstep. I'm enjoying the analysis. If we're going too back and forth, it's time
No,
to
no,
shut
you
up.
guys are fine. I'm loving it. It's great. Yeah, I get to learn. I don't really get to play anymore. So
Yeah. No, look, I think with that hand, I don't think Timon ever thinks he's getting check raised, so that's why he's bet. Like, what hands check raise? Like, at all?
Yeah, because he's never putting his
King
he's
jack
never
of
putting
diamonds, maybe?
Vivek on like 9 there. That's why he's not
No.
thinking he's getting check raised.
Especially when he can have some nines too.
Yeah, so he's hoping that he can just like
Queens never
kind of
raises.
power bluff him off of a queen, like queen jack or king queen.
I think we're getting too high level for that. That's an insane bluff to try to get a top pair to fold.
I wonder whether or not he would take a hand like 10-8 as a check raise or a check jam on the turn, double blocking the 10-9s and 8-9s, and
That would be high level.
it would be pretty
That would
wild.
be very
Yeah.
insane. And I haven't played too much with Vivek, so I'm not sure his ability. But that's like a Triton level type bluff.
Big Hugo on YouTube saying this is top tier commentary. Love it. Thank you for the kind words. Daniel Dewar asking, is that Armin with you? Yep, Armin Riazardi and Jackson Young as well. So we've got about 10 or so minutes to go, as it looks like we've actually got a card split. So it looks like one of our RFID cards has a split in it. Unfortunately, obviously, our guys will be able to recognize that is the Ace of Spades. So I think
wow.
we're going to have to get a fresh deck, and this could actually cause dramas for the guys that are on stream as well. I believe 5 hands was called at some point. You guys would know better. I'm not wearing any headphones right now. But,
We can barely hear them though.
okay.
I
Yeah.
couldn't hear the TD in there.
Okay, that's
but
all right.
I think it's yeah, it's at that point.
I think what you guys are going to see is you're actually going to see a fresh deck brought out. But I'm not sure whether or not this deck is going to be RFID red. So we're going to have a look. As I'm not sure whether or not we're going to be carrying on here. This could be near the conclusion of today's play. Who's going to see whether or not these cards get picked up by the RFID reader. If it is the end, boys, thank you so much for coming in and having a chat.
Pleasure.
Oh, anytime. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having us,
It's
Chip.
fun bickering with them in. We do it all the time, so it's good to do it. A few hundred people watching. It's quite fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Really appreciated hearing the analysis that you guys. I always love hearing, especially poker players that I haven't really spoken to that much about theory or about kind of any hand analysis. Kind of hearing you guys go back and forth with some of the thoughts and some of the things that would go through your head about what you think about in these certain spots. As we'll see whether or not this hand does get picked up.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I personally think there is no exact right way of playing poker. I think
100%.
I think everyone sees it differently. Everyone have their own strategy. Everyone have their own analysis. That's what I love about the game as well. Like that's why I'm kind of like staying kind of clear off of the whole solver thing, but I still understand it and respect it, as I said. But also, if you're playing in these fields, you should have the knowledge. Like whether you're an exploitive player or whether you're a solver player, you should have the knowledge of like what the other group of like players would do. Like if you're an exploitive player, you should know what are the range of the GTO players are. So yeah. And that's what I love about poker. So basically, in a nutshell.
It's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
Before we take off, I will let you guys give a shout out to, firstly, any people you want to, and secondly, if you guys have any social medias or anything that you might want people to follow you on, and Instagram or Facebook or YouTube channels or anything like that. Is there anything you want to shout out before you took off?
Amin's got a fresh Instagram after winning the millions last year.
Oh my god.
I won't give a shout out to Paris. Paris won't get a shout out.
Oh, for sure.
He's not a good guy.
Backhanded compliment as always, but so yeah, the Instagram story, I'm not sure if you know about it.
I don't. This is news to me.
All right, so last year, I think we were on week 2 as well. Mike Maddox, me, Troy, few other regs are playing on the same table, and Mike Maddox starts like taking a video of us. So he just wants to make a post, and his post was about, they told me to come and play APL Million. They said it was easy, whatever is this, and he just wanted to tag us, right? And he was trying to tag me, and he's like, I cannot find your Instagram, and I'm like, I don't have one. I've deactivated it a while ago. And he's like, what? You should get one. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I don't use Instagram. And he's like, okay, what's gonna take you to actually get one account back up in Insta? And I'm like, if I win the main. So this is what happened. I won the main. the first thing happens. Mike Maddox ran into the stage. It's like, now you gotta install Instagram,
God.
and you just gotta create one account right in front of my eyes. And I've got a story about it. It's actually saved in my highlights of last year's
That's amazing.
stories. Yeah.